just the other day. Had to give me something that I can't get back in the USA. Pack my bags, I wasn't planning to stay. Back home they consider it a felony. Class A. Oh yeah, I gotta go. Oh, Tijuana Donkey Show. We hit the first donkey show that we found.
You brought it up.
Hey, I had a bachelor party a bunch of years ago, right?
The third act was from.
Stop it.
I'm telling you right now. No, let me tell you a story. I got a midget and a donkey, right?
You're full of crap.
Hold on. Let me finish my story. So, what happened was the midget? The midget was able to come, but Spur Motors was just opening up their store, and they wanted a donkey there.
Spur did?
Yes.
So the donkey got a higher paying gig? Got a better offer?
Donkey got a higher paying gig.
Mark was like, but I got $2.
The midget and also fired his agent that night. So he went out with the donkey.
So what were you going to do with the donkey and the midget?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Did the midget know the donkey was potentially going to be there?
Yeah, he's the one that gave us the name to the place to get the donkey.
Jesus. I don't even know. I don't know anything about this stuff. Like midgets and donkey, like a donkey show to me.
There's there's tons of things that you can find.
That was sent in by a listener who's a big fan of yours. Huge fan of yours.
Is he the one that sends me the presents?
I believe it is. Does not say, but it's called Moe's Warts and All. And they sent the link, and so I checked it out today, and I go, we could play that. It's not bad. It's kind of nice that I'm telling you, you cut through. That's a nice thing.
Laura's going to be pissed we talked about midgets without her.
I know, right?
Don't talk about dick pics next. Jesus.
The dick pic stuff is like, that day you rated the dick pic stuff. I couldn't believe it.
That was him. He rated him.
No, I know he did. I
knew he would. That's why I said, let's go for it. I know my co-host.
So Matt, what's going on with the Cowboys? I saw you posted on Facebook, and then I kept seeing that there's been a couple things that have happened.
If I could be done with this team, I'd so be done with this
Why?
team. Every year,
Just
it's
over
the
that
same
one player?
bullshit. No, it's the same bullshit with Jerry every year. First of all, Jerry does want to be all in, so he'll give you we're all in this year, and everybody gets excited, right? Then Steven squashes it and says, he doesn't really mean he's all in. That way, we're going to be all in like we always are, which means we're going to sign third-tier free agents and use the draft.
Okay.
Because it's worked out really well for us. You know?
But the person that is now a free agent,
I'm really pissed about
the
that.
player, wasn't he a
Tyron Smith.
blindside?
Yeah, he's a left tackle.
Yeah, left tackle.
He was rated number 1 against the pass last year.
Yeah.
Yes. He's got 13 seasons, but started at 21 years old. He's 33 years old.
Okay.
Still got it. Third against the run last year.
Wait, he was number 1 last year at 33?
Against the pass.
So after 12 years in the league, he's
They're basically booting him. Listen, this guy has taken a deal every year. He signed a 10-year deal.
Right.
In the first year, paid him
which
really
is always a terrible mistake because things go up. That was Scottie Pippen's big problem.
Yeah. His first couple years, he got paid very well, just at the top of the game.
Yeah.
He hasn't been paid like a top tackle in 8 years, 9 years.
Okay.
And he's had a lot of injuries over the last 3 or 4 years. What they figured out last year is this guy doesn't even need to practice.
Really?
So he didn't even practice during the week. Sundays, he go out there and just roll people. And he's a monster, and he's going to be good.
Yeah.
And I heard New England's hot on him, but
Yeah.
I think he goes to Kansas City, to be honest with you.
Really?
If he goes to Kansas City, that shows up that offensive line.
I was surprised Mike
Mark?
Evans didn't go to Kansas City.
Mark, any thoughts on that? I hate that idea. Then Russell Wilson's out.
You saw
Russell
hit
Wilson
a
could
$85 million salary cap hit.
Over 2 years.
Still.
They
didn't say it was post June 1st, though.
That's
I think they're making it immediately.
I think I saw 2 years, like
is
30
it?
something this year and 50 something next year.
I think it is immediate, and I wonder. Look, if you're him, somebody could pay you the league minimum because Denver's
They're on the hook no matter what, right? I don't think
They're on the hook
yeah.
no matter what. So he
He
could
was guaranteed,
money.
I think.
Yeah,
he
for the
could sit
guaranteed.
out. He could retire.
But he could also play and make more.
Well, I just don't think he wants to go out this way
No.
because somebody was showing it on Mark's favorite channel,
That piece of crap channel.
ESPN, and they were breaking it down. It might have been Dan Orlovsky saying that he wasn't as bad as people thought or saying, and they showed some throws and some moves, and they're like, "Look,
He's
none
not
of
terrible.
none of the receivers got separation, none of that, And we watched,
They had shitty receivers, too.
yeah, and we watched him.
He beat Buffalo.
He beat Buffalo, and he got out of some stuff with Buffalo because they were coming at him. So I don't know, where does he go? Atlanta?
It's possible. He's not top tier, but he's not terrible. He's a lot better than some of the starters in this league.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in New England, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
for a couple years as a bridge.
2-year deal, give him a 1-year deal, and the second year is club option if you can come out and prove that you can still play. I mean, Seattle cut bait on him because they thought he couldn't play, and obviously Denver
It's
sucked.
going to be interesting to see where Fields ends up. I heard Atlanta's really hot on them. So
Atlanta's very hot on him? Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is a big one going to Atlanta. So it's going to be interesting, but he's going to get signed somewhere.
Kurt, to me, more of a reliability. In other words, I'd rather go with Kurt than I would
Yeah. He's solid.
Fields, only because I don't know what Fields is yet.
Fields' number weren't much different than Lamar Jackson's last year if you really look at the numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
He's getting cut, and he still gets $40 million guaranteed
Who
this
does?
year. Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Still
yeah.
gets $40 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Sean Payton is not what everybody thinks he is.
What does that mean?
He did not win anything with the Saints with one of the greatest quarterbacks ever with Drew Brees.
Yeah. Very accurate.
He won one Super Bowl
Yeah.
and really shouldn't have won that one. But he did win it. But other than that, he won nothing, and it was over the salary cap every single year.
I've heard some rumors about that. Dude.
And I'm not a big fan because, that was the big name going to Dallas because he's close with the Jones family. I did not want him. Mark can tell you, we were sitting in Tampa, and I said, I do not want this guy.
Huh. Well, you lucked out.
Yeah, well, sort
But
of.
I heard that like
Because Mike McCarthy's so much better.
in New Orleans, he was. I don't know.
You ever seen the movie about him? The Kevin James plays?
Yes.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Terrible movie.
He did nothing with his family, his kids, nothing. Football was all he did all the time.
Well, see, the stories I heard was that he would be out with like
Yeah, of
two
course.
19-year-old girls and stuff like that. And I heard it from guys who were.
I'm sure that's very true.
Well, you got to split. You got to
No
split
doubt
your
about it.
19.
That's just
Right.
Standard blackjack. You got to split 19.
38 together. What are you talking about? We're good.
All right. What do you think of these new rules? And I don't know that I fully understand them. I don't know if you do.
I saw the kickoff one today.
This is the kickoff. They're both on the kickoff from what I'm seeing.
The one I read is really
Confusing.
dumb and confusing.
Okay. Special teams coordinators, they say, have developed a new kickoff rule in the hopes of raising the frequency of success rates of onside kicks. So you have the option, but you've got to tell the other team you're going to do an onside kick. Wasn't the purpose of an onside kick
That one I didn't see.
to surprise? I'm pretty sure it says, let's see, teams would only be allowed to try for an onside kick when behind in the fourth quarter. That's the only time you could do it. And would have to verify their intentions ahead of time. To whom? The other team?
Right.
That seems to defeat
It's
the
probably
purpose.
like when you're an offensive lineman and you're going to go out for a play.
Yes, you have
So
to
what are
declare.
they doing to make it more successful? Because that's very unlikely
Okay.
you get it now.
In the event the kickoff team pursues the onside kick, the team potentially may, quote, be allowed to utilize an unbalanced formation, 6x4.
So they're going to go back to letting it load to one side.
So one side, right? Okay.
And the defense can't.
In hopes of successfully recovery. Yes. That was, and the defense can't. You're right.
So
So you get one extra guy.
the league that's taken everything away from the defense,
yes, is taking away from the defense again.
but
Well,
is
onside kicks
allowing
are
this.
ridiculous.
These guys are going to kill each other, right? 6
Well-
on 4. That's okay, but a guy lined up over the center, 2 guys over the center is illegal because it's going to hurt somebody and they're going to get a concussion.
Yeah.
No different than the shit that Philadelphia runs.
No, or the push.
Yeah, but you can't do that. They've outlawed it on the defense because it caused concussions. But let the offense do it.
Yeah.
So now you're going to let the special teams do it as well. So the only people that can't do it is the defense.
So I think they said 5% of onside kicks got
Yeah, it's very low.
recovered this year. I
Because
think
when
I think
they
it was a
when they
percentage.
balanced it out, there was no advantage.
So
to
now
get
with the non-balance, I wouldn't even try. You know what? I'd go fuck it. I might let them get it.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're going to get somebody hurt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They should do like they did with the XFL, where you get if you instead of onside kicking it, you get one down. It's fourth and 20
15
something.
or something. Okay, yeah.
And you got it. If you convert it, then you get it.
That seems to be, I don't know if it's a better rule or not, but it seems to be a safer rule. Would that, I mean, doesn't
it'd
it?
be more
If we're
exciting.
talking about, like, concussions and all this
Yeah.
stuff, then the rule apparently is a piece of a bigger overall rule that's evolving kickoff guidelines that include the step-up zone, in which the kickoff and return teams would line up on a receiving team's 40 and 35-yard lines, respectively, and not leave until the ball is touched or reaches the target zone. So you can't leave until it hits the ground or somebody catches
So
it.
the XFL does that, but I think you can't leave until the guy catches it.
Okay.
That one makes sense to me.
Well,
Now
yeah.
you're
But you
taking
still got
away.
kickers that are booting it through the end zone. What's the difference?
Well, if you're
They're
booted
trying
through,
to take it away because they're going to make it a penalty. You get the ball at the 35
you get the ball.
or
So if
45?
if the ball is touched or reaches the target zone, which is the 20-yard line to the goal line, anywhere from in that 20 yards in the red zone, basically, that's where you would. I guess that's when you would play it, right? You could leave the 40 or 35. So either he catches it or the ball hits the ground, then the players can go. And then with touchbacks, if the ball is kicked into the end zone, the receiving team gets it now at the 35-yard line. If the ball is kicked into the target zone and rolls into the end zone, they would get it at the 20. So if it hits, bounces, and rolls into the end zone and you didn't stop it from going in there, so they're trying to force you to pick it up and run with
And
it.
but the whole point of the kickoff rule that they changed was for player safety. Now they're going to go back to letting them get hit.
Well, because they're lined up 5 yards apart.
Yeah.
So instead of being 40 yards apart and coming and killing each other, they're only 5 yards apart. You can only get so much speed, speed and steam
But
going.
somebody's still going to get down that field and blast again.
no, you're 5 yards.
You're
5 yards apart.
I'm on the 40. They're on the 35.
Yeah, on
And
the
we
opponent
can't go
40,
until he either catches the ball. So
So the kicker's still kicking at the
yes.
40 or the 30.
Yeah, he's still
But
kicking.
they're the other.
Yeah, the other team's on the other side.
You
of the
got it. You got it.
field. Then they're going to kick an onside kick. He's going to turn around and catch it.
It does seem really stupid.
I like the one. I like how the XFL does it. It's
Yeah.
definitely.
Why don't
better
we
for
adopt
safety.
that then?
I thought that's what they were going to do, but they
It's
have to
not
make their
thought
own
up by
way.
the NFL.
Well, the ball also has to cross the 20 in the air. If it touches the ground, it's considered something, and the other team gets the ball.
What's the
at
matter,
35.
Mark? You have no interest in
I
this?
hate football.
It's the non-major sport rules that are cool that should be adapted. Like
Right.
that women's hockey league has a great rule. If you're on a power play and the other team scores shorthanded,
Yeah.
penalty's over.
Okay.
It's a fantastic rule
Yeah.
because USA Hockey in their infinite wisdom wants power plays and penalty kills. They want the kids in the penalty kill to be creative.
Yeah.
Give them a reward for being creative. Go down and score. Penalty's over.
So what?
Wait, if the team scores that has the power
The
play?
shorthanded team scores.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, that's a great idea.
but it's not a NHL or USA Hockey thing, so it'll never get
So it's
adopted.
a women's hockey
It's
league.
that women's hockey league.
that women's hockey league.
Which is sponsored by the NHL. But
No,
it's
it is.
It's a great rule. I've
is.
had two or three of them
Right.
happen.
And by the way, growing, because
Yeah.
right here, Carnegie now has international women's hockey players.
Yeah.
Staying in dorms at Carnegie.
nice.
Yeah. And then the other big news out of the NFL is that Jason Kelsey retired. This is from TMZ. They condensed it down a little bit.
Thanks for coming,
Taylor
guys.
Swift there?
What's that?
Was Taylor Swift there?
We'll see how long this lasts.
Okay.
Really?
No, hang on. No, what?
Man, I've been reading that.
Yeah.
I've been reading
I
that.
wrote down a bunch of notes on this because I kept thinking about it. When a man cries, like if a woman cries, I know what to do. Usually.
Run the other way.
No, well, I may go, God damn it, again with the tears? No,
I already told you once.
I warned you about that shit.
no. But usually, though, if you saw, like if you came home, but even if it was your sister, your mom, a good friend, someone at work, you can be comforting, right? If it's a guy, I don't know where to look. I'm usually like, you're looking
that's a tough
down,
one, yeah.
right?
Thinking of how you can call him a little bitch.
Well, there was a guy many years ago who came in to tell us about something sad happening in his family. And he wanted to make an announcement. And we were all sitting in, it was the morning show. We're all sitting in there. And the guy came in and he announces it and he starts to cry. And so no one knew where to look. And so then the host of the show at the time just starts talking and somebody goes, "You're interrupting." And so then after that, the guy's nickname became Sniffles because he sounded like this. You know, afterwards, I'll tell you off.
Oh man, I don't know that.
No,
one.
you don't. You weren't there. There's a lot.
But let me.
I forgot I left those.
Not a good start. There you go. I won't forget the call I got from Andy Reid on draft day. And
How
my
about
father
both
rushing
brothers get a
into the
call
room.
from Andy Reid?
Did they?
Well, I'm pretty sure that Andy
Travis there before.
No, Travis is well after.
Travis was after Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I mean
With
after
tears
Jason. So
streaming
it's
Right, but was
possible.
he drafted by Reed though?
2 years later, he said he went 2 years later.
Let's look it up.
So
then.
I thought, but I don't know. Like,
Was Kelsey's first year, Andy Reid's last year, I guess. is
yeah,
the
I
question.
wonder. Yeah, because they didn't go to the Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl without Andy.
Right.
It
He
was
took them to 4 championship games. One
right.
Super Bowl, they lost them all.
Yeah.
As his son's dreams had just been realized. It had just been announced on TV I had been drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And I won't forget 2
cried
years
too.
later,
Oh,
that same man and my brother receiving a call. And him being drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs.
it's got to be hard. I mean, when that's your whole life, and I don't know, retirement usually a lot of people look. Some people look forward to it. Some people say, "Hey, it's great. 35, 40 years, 50 years, whatever." This is what 12 or 13 years he played.
Yeah.
I think I would say he's an overachiever.
Oh,
I think
he was a 6th-round pick.
6th-round pick. Yeah. I mean, this
and
guy
Philadelphia wanted him out of there. The fans hated him.
really.
Hated him. They thought he sucked. They wanted him out of there. They drove and drove to get him out of there, and he turned his stuff around, and now all of a sudden he's beloved. And I love the guy.
Yeah.
And listen, I hate the Philadelphia Eagles probably more than anybody in this room or in this city. But
He
man,
followed
I'm a huge
Jason Peters,
Jason Kelsey
didn't he?
fan. No, he was a tackle. Peters was a tackle.
Peters was a tight. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure who he followed.
I don't know who the center was.
Is his contract up now?
No, I think he's got another year. Or
Oh, so he can't show up in Kansas City this year when somebody gets hurt.
He
I could be wrong on that though.
yeah, because he 2011 out of Cincinnati, 6 All-Pro selections, 7 Pro Bowls under his belt, won the Super Bowl 52 in 2018, and then went back in 2023. And even here says it was
And
selfishly
I don't think he was a center either.
in college.
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I know
I don't
Travis was not a tight end. He started out as a quarterback.
Quarterback, yeah. That's he goes, it took a lot of hard work and determination getting here. I've seen the underdog. I've been the underdog my entire career, and I mean this when I say this. I wish I still was. And there's got to be when that's your whole identity and you don't know what to do. No matter how much money is left, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean,
I
other
can
than Jack
understand that-
Lambert, I don't know there's a better center ever in the history of the NFL.
I don't think I could name centers. Oh, I think
Couple, yeah.
the only one I can name is for the Bills now. But he gets so many concussions. I worry like he's one concussion away from
That's
retirement.
a tough position, man.
Yeah, it is.
You got to snap that ball. You got to get your head up. He's great. I have all the respect in the world for him. I think at the press conference, a little overbearing with the crying.
This time, the
but-
tears streaming down both my father and I's face.
Good. When was? Have you ever cried in public? In public, privately, I'm sure everybody has, and even publicly, if you have an emotional, like a really something that's heavy, tragic, but public.
Well, all right. I got pulled.
Did you
over.
cry? Yo, that doesn't count.
I got out of the
This is
ticket
my favorite
though.
story. I know.
You
got-
cried to get out of a ticket?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and then I go in. I'm late for Weeze's show, right? So I'm like cruising down 590. So I get pulled over right before you get on Winton. So the guy comes in, I'm like, and I can't get a ticket at that time, or my insurance is just gonna get canceled. So I start crying. So I make myself start crying. Guy didn't know what to do. He's like, all right, get to work. So I'm laughing. So we talk about it on the radio.
Tell me you got the ticket anyway.
He calls in. No, he calls in and says he better not see my car because he's going to pull me over.
That's a great piece.
Yeah,
That's funny.
it was so funny. He called in and we thought, I go, it's just a bit. It can't be him. And then he totally described the car and me.
But never in public.
I don't know.
I think,
Oh! When the 13-second game, I think I cried in public after that game.
yeah, I don't know that. I'm trying to think. I think I
If we were in
have.
Tampa, you might have.
I did.
You were in Tampa for
We
that
were in-
game?
yeah, we were in
Across the
Tampa for that
street-
game.
Across the street from the Bucs Stadium.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn. Right. Yeah. Then that's for the
Kelsey is a free agent.
Kelsey.
I just saw he had a 2024 contract.
So wow. Could you? So he could pop up somewhere.
Oh, you're right. No, he is. He's got 1 year left.
So then
Does his retirement hit the cap too?
yeah, so the cap hit's only like 1.2 though. It's not bad.
So what do you like? What do you do when you see somebody crying in public?
I hate freaking anybody crying. Women, children.
Well, like kids, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. Hey, here, have a lollipop, whatever. I don't know. It's all right. It's gonna get better. Don't worry about it. She wasn't worth it anyway. I don't know. Anyway.
$27 million dead cap hit.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's too bad.
I guess a portion of his life, you know, that's the thing is you got to realize at a certain point you physically can't handle it anymore. That's a real indication that you're getting older. And I wonder if that fucks with your head a little bit.
He wanted to retire a couple years ago.
He did?
If you watch the documentary again, he wanted to retire after that year. And that's the year I think they won the Super Bowl. So he goes, I'm going to come back. And I think he thought after last year he had another shot at one more Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sure his knees are shot.
I got to think. I mean, the pain. I remember Jim Kelly just talking about bending over. He goes, I can't even tie my shoes.
He said every time they call the tush push call in the huddle, he'd say, fuck my life out loud, scream it.
Really?
Yeah, it was that bad for him.
I feel like when you're off, let your knees heal up a little bit, and if Kansas City's going for 4 in a row or 3 in a row,
Yeah, maybe.
he joins up.
He's a pretty faithful guy to Philadelphia. I don't know why, but he is.
All right, we'll take a moment. When we come back, something that is going viral from a restaurant, and I wonder if you train your staff how to handle this. I think this kid who is confronted in this situation handles it perfectly, but having all your years in the hospitality industry, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So
Okay.
we will get to that next. But first,